Should you end contrast therapy with cold or warm? I received an email from someone who had heard me on my Coach Rob podcast talking about the importance of submersion. And what I mean by that is if you just use a dry heating pad, all that's going to do is trigger your skin to sweat. However, if you submerge the body into warm water, the warm water will actually penetrate the muscle tissue and make it relax much more effectively. When you're trying to do contrast therapy, submersion is best on both sides. So for example, just putting a bag of ice on your arm isn't going to be as effective as if you put it in a 5-gallon bucket of cool water. So when the question comes up, should you end on hot or should you end on cold? The big question is, what are you going to do afterwards? So for example, let's say that you go to the gym, you put in a good workout, you do your strength training, maybe you finish the strength training up with some cardio intervals, and then you have the opportunity at the gym to do some contrast therapy. You can jump into a jacuzzi and then you could jump into the pool. It's got about a 20-25 degree temperature difference. That's perfect. It's not too hot to make you miserable. It's not too cold to give you pneumonia. So you get that nice, comfortable contrast that is going to encourage you to come back and do it again tomorrow. My reason for asking what are you going to do after the contrast therapy is if you're going to go do something that's going to require some movement where the muscles are going to have to elongate, you're always better off ending doing the warm water because that reduces the risk of tightening the muscles up, which comes from exposing the body to cold fluids. Anything that's cold, like a piece of metal, is going to shrink and increases the risk of tearing when it gets extended. If you're going to be relaxing for the end of the day and you're done, then ending with the cold will actually have a sedative effect and it will actually make you want to kind of shut down. Think about it. Let's say you're back at home and you have the opportunity to do a nice cool bath, or maybe you're taking a shower before going to bed. If you turn the water to cool, I don't recommend doing it extremely cold. I find that we've had athletes that have reported headaches, tight muscles. Actually, the contrast therapy actually became counterproductive. So in this case, make the water in the shower a little bit cool, kind of just makes you get a little bit chilly. And then what that does is allows you to get out of the shower and be able to move right into what we call hibernation mode when it comes to sleep. Get underneath the covers. Yeah, you can be a little bit chilly for a moment or two. Get underneath there. Remember, the room needs to be dark and cold, void of sound, no light whatsoever. You get a little bit of white noise in the background like a fan. Get underneath the covers and think about hibernating. That's when the body produces, or rather it sleeps the best. So if you're going to be going into a mode of rest, ending with a little bit of cool temperature is going to be ideal. If you're going to be moving into a sporting event, or maybe you're going to be doing another activity later that afternoon, I'd recommend that you end with the moist heat. That just reduces your risk of injury. These are great questions that you guys are sending in. I can't thank you guys enough. The number of emails that are coming in literally are doubling week over week. So it tells me you guys are taking the time to watch and you're really listening because the questions have been fantastic. And if you happen to have a question, please feel free to send it to me and my team. contact@coachrob.com. We're putting together a video every day and uploading it here on YouTube. So please like and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.